yeah, but before we bring up our next performer, I like they've got some hot wine here, glühwein. I don't know what's the Belgian word for vin chaud. Oh, there we go. Yeah, hot wine. I like wine, I do, and but it's just like sometimes ordering it is I can't deal with like the pretension of the whole wine description thing. Like, I mean, really, like when cat pee is a good thing. Like, there are certain kinds of white wine. I think it's Sauvignon Blanc. Someone can help me on this. That if it has hints of cat pee, that's a good thing. How is that good? And I get it. Like I worked in restaurants for a long time, so I had to do the same bullshit of selling the wine. Like, oh yes, and I get it, but it still annoys the fuck out of me. I was at a restaurant last week, and the waiter comes over, and he's one of those types, whatever that means to you all, because I didn't say anything at all. I said whatever that means to you, and so he comes over, and he's taking our order, and I ordered a bottle of wine, thinking like, okay, good, now you'll go away and just bring me that bottle of wine. But he wants to kind of talk about it for a while, like, oh, this is an excellent Pinot Noir. It was a very excellent year. It has notes of dark cherry and shoe leather and bark. And I'm bark, really? And I know he means tree bark. I don't know why he means that, but I know he means tree bark. But now all I can think about is like dogs bark, and all I can think about is like this wine, and like, and like this. Have you ever been close to a dog when it barks? Like a dog barks in your face, like, and it just smells. It's the worst. It's the worst smell. It's not something I want to associate with a bottle of nice wine. Like this is not a good aroma. Dogs bark. It's like that kind of, I just licked my own asshole. I just found something dead and ate it. And it's the worst. And then, there's cat's breath, which is, on a categorical scale, cat's breath is probably not as bad as dog's breath. But, and those of you who are cat owners, you know what I'm talking about, cats like to do this in the morning. They just kind of like to wake you up, like walking on your chest and like sitting on your head and just that kind of like, hey, are you up yet? Are you up yet? You want to play? And so it's 6 in the morning, like, yeah, and I'm not up at 6 in the morning ever. And now I've got like that tuna fish kind of cat breath, that just disgusting sort of like, kitty litter, and probably also the dog's asshole, just right in my face. And so you freak out, but the cat, the cat kind of like jumps away and kind of just, saucy cat way. Oh, what? Oh, you up now? Oh, okay, cool. So we can get something to eat. Yeah? Cool, so you're gonna feed me? All right. So that's why I drink beer instead. You're drunk. Yeah, come on in. Come on around, find a seat where you can. You can take my seat, it's fine. We only have one more performer for the night. But before we get to that, Merry Christmas to you, Calvin, also. I love Christmas. I'm not religious. I have no faith. I'm there with you. But I love Christmas. I fucking love it. It's like, it's the cheesiest, just the lamest. It's totally corny, and I love it. I have been listening to Christmas music since midnight on Thanksgiving. Straight, I'm not kidding. Like, go home, you could check my iThings. They all have Christmas music. 4 gigs of Christmas music, and I download more each year. I got Leanne goddamn Rhymes. I hate Leanne Rhymes. But when she sings I'm Dreaming of a White Christmas, it's like, yeah, I cried a little bit because I am dreaming of a white Christmas too, By the way, I'm Jewish, just to put that out there. I'm not a religious Jew, but technically my mother was Jewish, which technically makes me Jewish, no matter what. my rabbi. I had an email conversation with my rabbi about 11, 12 years ago, something like that. Which, first of all, I emailed my rabbi, which is kind of awesome. And I basically laid it out. I was like, hey, Rabbi Bob. And Bob is not his first name. But man, it should be like, hey, Rabbi Dave. Rabbi Mitch, what do you think? Anyway, Rabbi Bob, I don't believe in God, but I still consider myself a Jew. And basically his response was something more along the lines of like, you are a Jew. That's like the rabbi voice. They have to be a wise. Even though this guy was a deadhead. Before he became a rabbi, he was a deadhead who followed the Grateful Dead around. So draw your own conclusions from there. The beard was like, the Dead kind of stopped touring, and then he was like, well, I got this beard. I guess I'll be a rabbi. Do I have to shower? No. Just put on these black clothes. It'll cover up the smell. Come on in. No, clearly we weren't Hasids because I emailed my rabbi. I don't know. Can Hasids use email? Probably. Anyway, they're not Amish. That's not the point. So, you are a Jew. You are a deep thinking Jew. And I was like, oh yeah, nice. I'm a deep thinking Jew. Great. But the rest of the email was just kind of this like coded like, don't worry, you'll get there. You might not believe in God now, but God's waiting for you. Yeah. You're a Jew. Admit it. Was basically the extent of his email. But so the other thing, so like I said, I'm a Jew, but my name is Sean Gallagher. How does that work, right? Sean Gallagher, for those of you who are familiar with that sort of thing, sounds extremely Irish. Yeah. We'll go with Irish. So on my father's side, I have the Irish Catholic influence. On my mother's side, sort of the vaguely Russian, Ukrainian, Moldav, just like Black Sea people, like people that kind of roamed around them. We may be gypsies for all I know. I don't even know. But what that adds up to in me, I have the Jewish side, which just wants to talk about everything. I mean, hence this thing that I'm doing right now, like every single problem. I want to like, how you doing, Sean? Oh, I woke up today, my back hurt. I didn't have a good bowel movement. I'm out of food. I need to go to the store to buy milk, but they're always out of the milk I like. So that's in the Jewish genealogy. It's just in there. We need to talk about things. We invent problems. Like we're more comfortable in misery than we are in just being happy. But then there's on the other side, there's this like Irish Catholic, especially as it pertains to in America, but I think Irish Catholics the world over are the same, where things just kind of, you don't talk about things. One of my cousins was gone for 10 years and we just didn't talk about her. I was like, so where's Laura? You just didn't even mention it. Like she just was gone, and it took for her mother dying of cancer for her to come back into like the family fold. By the way, cancer, always hilarious, Sean. Write that down. Crowd pleaser. Pancreatic cancer. Good. No, but that's that side. That's the Irish Catholic way. It's just sort of like you don't talk about things. You don't admit things. You especially don't talk about the big C word. Cancer, not Christmas. Of course you talk about Christmas. But what this adds up to, so you've got the Jewish side and the Catholic side, well, Irish really side. And what this adds up to is when someone says, ask me the question, how are you? Someone says, how are you? There's this like struggle within me that it's like, oh, well, today it was a good day until I got the bus. There was the traffic, and I schwad my car, and it wouldn't work, so I had to schwad again, and schwad again, and schwad again. I don't even know why I'm saying schwad. I'm talking English. And the other side of me, which just wants to say, like, great, let's go have a drink. Why am I doing a Scottish accent? Like, great, let's have a drink. And it just kind of comes out as, so ask me the question. Yeah. Merry Christmas, folks. Let's bring up our